And welcome back to episode 194 of the Weekly Tech Rant with me, Jay.
And me, Karl.
Well, Carl, it's the end of the year show.
It is the end of the year show. I can't believe we've got it.
No. I mean, let's be honest, the way the world's going, I'm surprised any of us have got here. But it is our end of year show, and we are on our wrap up show. So there's no real script this week. We're going to kind of talk about the things we're interested in, kind of stuff that's been cool this year, things we're looking forward to maybe next year as well. No doubt we're going to talk about games. We're going to talk about some films. I'll tell you about even a series I watched yesterday off Netflix. I've talked about I wrote some notes down. I was like, I've got to talk about that. But the Tech Rant rumor mill is brimming. I didn't think we'd have any, but we've got a couple of rumors in the rumor we thought we'd close out with before the end of the year.
One of them is mind blowing.
It is somewhat mind blowing. I have to give you that. If it's the one I think it is, it may not be the one I think it is. It may be the wrong one. But that we in question. So just a kind of quick update then. So this is our end of year show. We will be back in 2025. Our first show likely to be the second week of January. So we're going to have a bit of an extended break, but we'll be back the second week of January with episode 195 of the 2025 series of Weekly Tech Rant. But before we get to 2025, then let's talk about 2024 then and some of the good stuff that we got up to this year.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw one out there games-wise. Probably the standout game of the year and a bit of a late one for us, really, is Greystone Warfare, isn't it?
It is, because I think this came out in March or April time, but we were hesitant. We didn't get on board till September, maybe, was it?
Yeah, about that, I think, was it?
But I had that top of my list. I was looking back through Steam, and I have played nearly 140 hours of it so far. I did have a look at my Steam replay for 2024, and of the games I played on Steam, it was 78% of my game time.
It has been a bit of an obsession. Yes, all-consuming.
And infuriating, and a lot of swearing at the screen for it, but it has been quite rewarding at times.
It has. I mean, just to kind of recap then, Greystone Warfare is a mil sim. So it's a military simulator which is designed to kind of give you the feel of playing as a private military company.
Yes, private military.
Kind of mercenaries, if you will, let's be honest.
In the jungle of wherever it's meant to be.
I think it's meant to be kind of Southeast Asia, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's very good. You join one of three factions that are based around this large map. And depending on where your faction is, there's a starting village ahead of you, and then there's wider places out the map where you can visit alongside the other people in the game.
Other villages, military bases, towns with shopping centres, all sorts.
And it's at the moment there isn't really a story to it. You follow these quests that are given to you by vendors, the NPC characters.
That's because we are still in pre-alpha, aren't we? Not 0.2 something or other.
That's right. I mean, at the moment on Steam, it says there's a load. It's on Steam at the moment. They're saying it's mixed feedback. But actually, I think people seem to forget that it is early access. Loads of people is going, people are complaining you're cheating. Well, there are two methods to play this game. You can play PvP versus E, so that's you against everybody else against the environment, or you can play just as a squad against the environment. That's how we play it.
We play co-op. There's usually three of us, isn't there? We play against the environment.
Got enough problems trying to play the game versus everybody else trying to kill you at the same time, really, isn't it?
Yeah. We don't need that one. So it has progressed massively, especially in the last couple of weeks. We've had the 0.2 update, which was 2.1 one of it, Night Ops, haven't we? Which has brought its own problems. Dodgy night vision goggles, cracks in them because you've fallen over or someone shot you. But it certainly added a challenge. There's been loads of AI fixes. Some questionable changes, especially around weapon degradation, hasn't it?
Yeah, and let's be honest, the first kind of things after the first missions after the new update, Night Ops, the AI kind of resembling Terminators, wasn't it? T-800s, could spot you a mile away, single shot to the head with an AK-47 down a sight,
wearing sunglasses at 12 midnight, and he could still see you apparently.
It was somewhat difficult, but those, like I say, those things have been ironed out. And I watched the latest end of year vlog this afternoon. They've already said there's a patch coming early next year. It's going to fix 233 issues. They're then working on the 0.3 update, which is going to also start to provide some background story. So the actual reason why we're here, what is this radioactive zone in the middle of the map all about? What is, and kind of start to tie the quest together, which I think would be quite cool.
Could they tell us why we're so poorly paid as a private military?
I did wonder that. They're also thinking about things like every time you have a wipe, you lose your progression. So we had to start again, didn't we?
All your weapons, all your mission progress, everything.
So apparently they're thinking at the next update, when they do the next wipe, they're thinking that actually they may allow to keep progression as an option. So if you want to have a wipe, you can. Otherwise, you can keep your starting progression, which I think would be quite cool.
It would, but I still see there's a problem with the fact that some people, us included, have paid the top package as a supporter, which was not cheap.
No.
So where is where's the incentive for us since we paid all that extra money?
Yeah, so there's that as well. And then they're also working on the update 04 coming as well, probably middle of next year, I imagine, which will allow you to put in your own forward operating bases, so you don't have to spawn at the base camp every time. You can spawn to a location, which is probably a little bit easier, especially if you're working out one of the locations far away from the main starting area. Then you have to kind of get a helicopter back, all that kind of stuff. And there are a few other things they're talking about, like that durability of the weapons. You say things degrade over time. They might look at that, but that isn't on the roadmap. And also they're going to probably put tags as well, so you can find your body for a location. So if you die at the field, you better have to put a tag, or your body will have a tag, which will allow you to have a short period of time to get it. And also if you play PvPvE, they'll also have on their tags on the weapons. So you can, track down the guy who stole your good gun.
Avenge me!
But overall, it is a really good game. And like I said, I do stress early alpha, as you say. But as a co-op milsim, we haven't really played anything like this for a long time. And the group of as another friend, we get into it, we really enjoy it. As you say, a lot of swearing. And a
lot of can't find him. Where's he shooting from?
I have to say though, I read one of the posts. Somebody's got 400 hours in the game, right?
Wow.
And they went, this game's not worth the time or energy. It's roughly 400 hours of grinding to get through the experience and stuff unlocked in the game to start enjoying it. Then the devs wipe all your progress. Then they plan doing this every 6 months. This game is buggy. You get kicked off to losing your gear, and you don't have huge waste of time money. Don't waste your time money in this game. What? Hang on a minute. This person's completely missed the point that this is early access. And the whole point is that it's not finished yet. If you play DayZ, which is a similar style game, but obviously zero, they're still wiping the servers now
I kind of get the wipe from that. I mean, and I understand it's early access, but some of the things like the weapon degradation shouldn't have been brought out unless there's a way to actually fix your weapons. Especially not when they reduced the amount of money you got paid out for completing a mission. Quite a lot of missions you'll actually lose money on when you go and complete them.
I think you're right that and the CEO of Mapping Games in the thing I watched earlier kind of acknowledged that, but they also said that they wanted this game to be hard. They said this is not Battlefield. So I guess you got to take the rough with the smooth. Yeah, don't get me wrong, we're quite annoyed by some of this, aren't we? But on the other hand,
he wants it to be hard. He wants to be realistic. If you were working for a private military organisation, you'd expect to get your kit provided to you, not have to buy it. And you wouldn't expect to finish your mission and be worse off than when you started your mission money-wise.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, why would you be doing that?
I agree, there are some elements. But that aside, fantastic game. Can't wait to see what they're bringing to it. Yeah, I don't want to get wiped again. But you know what?
No.
Despite my frustrations, I am enjoying it.
Yeah,
so,
me too.
Over to you then.
I'll say I had that top of my list. The one I've actually played a lot with, but we've not actually played too much together, was Horizon 5. Forza Horizon 5. I still keep dipping into it and playing the old race here and seeing what new cars are coming out. It's just a good laugh. You can quickly dip in, just drive around for 20 minutes or play a race or two.
Yeah, we kind of hammered Horizon 4, didn't we? And we did a lot on Horizon. And we unlocked a lot on Horizon 5 as well. But I'd agree with you. We probably, we haven't picked it up as much, have we, in the long run?
No, but it's something I still dip into, play with. The kids are play it still. They're also playing Power World religiously.
Oh, that's the Pokemon knockoff, isn't it?
That's the Pokemon knockoff that Nintendo currently tried to sue. But yes, all four of them play that one. They play together. They build big houses. They go capture monsters. I absolutely love it.
That's a good game, a very good game. I mean, I'm still playing Ready or Not, the tactical
Yeah.
shooter, which is the SWAT 4. The new DLC came after that. I'm still playing, but yeah, I think when I started picking up, I played a little bit of Indiana Jones, the new game the other week as well.
Installed it, not played that one yet.
I have to say, a mutual acquaintance of both of us who said you need to play the first 10 minutes. They weren't wrong. It is cinematic to a new degree.
Nice.
It's
I will
very,
do
very
that
well.
over Christmas.
I would absolutely recommend it. It is phenomenal. That first 10 minutes, I'm not going to give anything away for anybody who's not played it or for yourself. But it is the minute you catch on to what's going on, it's like, oh wow, this is very good.
So, is there anything you're looking forward to 2025 with games?
Well, do you know what? There was one game I was really looking forward to, which kind of isn't 25, it was 24, which has kind of let me down actually, which was Flight Sim 24. And
yeah,
I regret uninstalling Flight Sim 2020 now.
You've still not got your controls to work properly, have you?
No, I can't get it. And that's absolutely given me a kick in the rear.
Spoiled it for you, yeah.
Yeah, it has. So that one's here. 25 games. Well, I had a few written down actually. Yeah, I did. So I had Mafia: The Old Country, which is the prequel to the Mafia series of games. If you've ever played it,
I played the first one so much.
So this is coming out next year, and it's set in the early part of the 20th century, back in Italy, Sicily, of course. Hence the name, The Old Country. It does look very good. Of course, the graphics improving, gameplay is very good, so I can't wait for that. There also is another Metal Gear Solid coming. Snake Eater.
Is there? Okay.
Well, I rephrase that. It's not a new game. It's a remake of the 2004 game of the same name, which was the 5th entry in the series on PlayStation. But it is coming to PC and consoles later next year as well, which I'm really looking forward to. So that should be good.
Interesting.
I think that's looking down. There was a few other games out and about, but that was the one that kind of stood out for me.
Yeah, the ones for me, still waiting for GTA 6. Allegedly fall 2025.
Well, I didn't say that because
allegedly. I'll believe it when I see it. So we'll move swiftly on with that one.
Sniper Elite. That was the other one I had written down.
Oh, is there another Sniper Elite 6? Is there?
Yes.
Ooh, I do. Yeah, did spend a lot of time on that. It'd be great if they did a proper co-op though, because the Sniper Elite 5, the co-op was basically you on a map, and it was lots of guys running towards you, trying to kill you, wasn't it? Really.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. If we had a proper co-op, we could, me, you, and our friend could go through the actual cities and stuff like that, and plan out how to take them all down. That'd be awesome.
What you mean? Not like the body mountain that we got?
That's the body mountain stuck at the door frame or at the window, wasn't it? Brilliant. So that'd be awesome. Wreckfest 2 is out next year.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. Yeah.
We played Wreckfest so much. It's such good fun. It really is great. And just when you think you're winning, you get sideswiped by someone. It's all over.
Yeah, many an hour of frustrated gameplay in that, but good fun. Absolutely good fun.
Good fun. And the one I've got is a Assetto Corsa Evo, which is it's a sim racing game. Been quite popular. It's actually due in January. But it's not just a new shiny version with all the latest whizzy tech on it. They've actually gone and scanned a laser scanning around 1,600 square kilometers of open road in the Eifel region, which is where the Nürburgring is located.
Oh, wow.
So not only will you get the Nürburgring, you can come off it and go driving around 1,600 square kilometers. It'll have all the traditional tracks in as well, but as a kind of open world game within the game.
I'm kind of stunned by that.
I was like, whoa. I mean, the game's due out January. The open world part is
they're
aiming for the middle of the year. They've already showed off some of it, but yeah, they are aiming for the middle of 2025 for that part of the game.
Nice. I did. There was a couple I wrote down, but not to kind of big information on them. More stuff that I saw there. There's a new Doom game coming next year.
Oh wow!
Doom: The Dark Ages. Which is going to put Doom in the medieval time.
Why not?
Assassin's Creed Shadows going to Japan, which kind of is quite cool. And did you ever play Death Stranding?
No, I did not.
I played it. I think I played a couple of hours of it, but I couldn't really get into it. But that sequel's coming out next year as well. But yes, I mean, there's a load of other major games coming out, but those, I guess you're right, those are the
Oh.
ones that have probably captured our imagination.
Indeed. So, what good films this year have you watched?
Oh,
You
what good
watched a
films!
lot, I'm guessing, especially now the plane trips you've done. But anything that really stood out?
Well, let's be honest. The June, catch up of June was
Yep.
definitely high on the list. Um, Good film, very good film. Can't believe they're doing a third.
I do like the Dune, and I like the premise of it. It's just a bit slow going.
It's a slow burn, isn't it?
It's like
But it's
something's
not even.
happened 10 minutes before the end.
But it's not even a slow burn in the sense of like Lord of the Rings, where we've got a
Yeah.
huge story to set up here. It's just like feels like I'm dragging through sand. It's like.
But no, I have enjoyed it. The wife, not so much. So I think I watched the second one on my own. But yeah, you're right. They've got a third one. Is it next year?
Yeah, it is. It might be. I think it's next year. I've got to check my boxing. Same as yours to tell you when that's coming out.
Yeah.
What else? So what else? What else? We had the Godzilla movie, didn't we? We had the new
Oh,
Godzilla
Godzilla
movie.
X Kong, was it?
Yeah, the New Empire.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad. I kind of enjoyed that. That was good fun.
Alien Romulus?
Oh, that yes, I got a
was
big
good.
circle around that. That was fantastic. I think that was a return to form for the Alien films.
It did. It reminded me a lot of the originals, where no one knew what the alien was, what it was capable of. It was just, people trapped in a spaceship being hunted down by an alien.
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. And they genuinely had no idea what was coming, did they? It was very much a suspense horror. That definitely was up there, high on there. Bad Boys 4. Is it Bad Boys 4? Was it?
Yeah,
4?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Ride or Die. Again, great film, great soundtrack, amazing. Of course, and again, you've probably got these on your list as well, I bet. There was Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Yep.
Very, very good. There's a few other films that came out I haven't got around to watching yet, though. Beetlejuice 2, I've got on the list.
I've still not watched that yet either.
That's a very good film. Still haven't got around to watching that. There's a couple of stuff. I mean, there was some, direct to Netflix jobbies, things like Slingshot. Did you see that? That was
no, I heard of that one.
So Slingshot was an elite trio of astronauts on a mission to Saturn's moon, gear up for a highly dangerous slingshot removal that evil could get the back. You go kind of what? Yep. It's got Casey Affleck in it, Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
A few other people in there as well. But again, kind of once these films start watching them, the plot unravels very quickly. I find with a few of these. What
did you get around to watching the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare?
No, that's on the list.
Brilliant! You need to go and watch that. That one's got who's it got? It's Henry Cavill. It's got Alan Richardson of Reacher. That's the one about the the secret British World War II organization called the Special Operations Executive, founded by meant to be founded by William Churchill. It's based allegedly on a true story. It's about how they use irregular warfare against the Germans to kind of help change the course of the war.
Yeah,
it was so funny. It was really, really good. You have to go and watch that one.
Oh, I'll have to make sure I've got that in the carousel to watch.
Yeah, get that on the iPad. Watch it on the plane.
Yeah, that's good. I did watch a film the other night, so this might be a spoiler alert. Is Carry On? Have you seen that?
No, I've got it lined up to watch. Yep.
Yeah, very good, very good. Bit ropey in the plot area, but a classic.
What's his name from Kingsman, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Taron Egerton in there. Jason Bateman's
in
there as well. Pretty good. I'm not going to tell any more. I'll let you enjoy it. Come back to me when you've seen it. But again, it's trying to be one of those Die Hard-esque. It's a Christmas film, but we're not really doing Christmas. Does that make sense?
Okay, gotcha.
Talking of Christmas films, so the one I did watch this year, which I think is a new classic, and I don't mean the new Richard Curtis, this Christmas or that Christmas, whatever it's called, is the Dear Santa, which is the Jack Black film.
Yes, we watched that one as well. That was very good, very funny,
absolutely hilarious.
Dear Satan.
Very, very good film. Cannot recommend that highly enough. Another couple of quick standouts for me. I watched the Superman Christopher Reeve documentary as well this year. That was really good. I think it was a very dusty on the plane when I watched that. I can't,
Damn that dust.
Twisters 2 or Twisters, I should say, which is the
we watched that.
That was very good. The Despicable Me 4.
No, not watched that one yet.
And Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
I've not watched the previous one. That one, yeah. Yeah, I really need to get around to watching those.
And the one I can't bring myself to watch is the new Axel Foley film. Axel F. Beverly
Did I
Hills Cop.
watch that? Yes, I did watch that. It was terrible.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to watch him.
I don't know whether it was terrible or the fact that the whole premise is kind of antiquated. Doesn't really fit with our time now anymore.
No, it just was a bit weird. The other one I would say was, I think I know you watched as well, was Elevation.
Which one was that again?
Which was the one which has got Anthony Mackie in it, and Monica Morena Baccarin, who was in Deadpool.
The aliens that can not hear you, but they sense. I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, no, I do remember watching that one. Very, very good.
Yeah, but kind of had a feel of The Quiet Place about it, didn't it? Where
you watched it all the way to the end, then, so you got the surprises, which we won't ruin.
No, but these particular creatures or whatever they were, aliens, couldn't go above 10,000 feet or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really, really odd there.
Yeah, it was a very much what they call it, a MacGuffin, isn't it? A plot device, isn't it? That just didn't I couldn't work that one out.
I still don't think we found out at the end why they still couldn't go for above that.
No, I don't think
it was a bit, yeah. But yeah.
So TV then.
It was good. TV.
Where do we start?
What I'm looking forward to. Reaches season 3. I thoroughly enjoyed. Season 2 was out. This year, wasn't it? So thoroughly enjoyed that one. I'm looking forward to season 3, which I think is out February.
I think it might be. I haven't finished season 2 yet.
Have you not? Okay.
No. I need to get around to that. It's kind of slipped me by, I'm afraid to say.
Oh man. There's some other ones I'm looking forward to though. Not necessarily TV, but film. We've got the new or final Mission Impossible, the Final Reckoning.
Oh, sorry, yes, that is coming out next year, isn't it? Yeah, the trailer for that was stunning.
It is. It's good. I enjoyed the last one, so yeah, be nice to finish that one off. And then I sent you a link for it the other day. The Gorge.
You did.
Yeah, that's got was it Anna Taylor-Joy, who was it Queen's Gambit?
Yeah, she was in.
That was very good. Yeah. It's got Miles Teller, Top Gun fame, but yeah, this is about kind of 2 highly trained sniper elite people, and they've been sent to opposite sides of this mysterious gorge to guard it.
But it just bonkers. I think.
Yeah, it kind of be like, well, what's this all about? But it turns out the gorge is the gateway to hell. And it's not. They're not stopping people going in. They're stopping things coming out.
But what was funny though, when you watch the trailer, the start of the trailer does not imply that is.
The start is very different from the end of that trailer.
Yeah, I was like, are these 2 different films?
It looked amazing.
It does look very good, I have to say. And that's an Apple original, by the way, as well.
It is, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that one next year.
So, to other TV series, like I say, I kind of have on my list here as well from TV perspective. There was a return of Silo this year, which was very good.
And Apple did sign off on season 3 and 4, which will be the end of it. So they've got 2 seasons to actually get some answers, hopefully.
We had Lower Decks return this year.
Yes, I've got 2 more episodes to watch on that one. I'm running a bit behind.
Yep. Dune Prophecy was on the list as well, which is set 10,000 years before the Dune films, which is a bit of a mind blower, that one.
I've not started watching that one yet. I've got it tagged, ready to watch, but I just haven't got around to doing it. One of those ones I have to watch by myself because my wife, after watching the films, won't put herself through that.
Fair enough. I have to put a hat tip towards Rivals, which was the Disney Plus series based on the books by Jilly Cooper. Yeah, not bad. Pretty good going. Very classic 80s. Yeah, but you know what? It was so well done and different. You just couldn't help but think this is good.
Yeah.
It's we had The Boys return this year, didn't we? Don't forget.
We had Foundation return as well, didn't we?
We did. And Foundation return and then go very quickly. And of course, there was also the introduction of Skeleton Crew on Disney Plus in the last few weeks.
Yep.
Which is kind of like the Goonies meets Star Wars, I think is a good way to.
Yeah, I don't think the kids have watched it yet, but I've told them to because I've not watched it myself. I got the impression you don't really need to know much about Star Wars to actually enjoy that one. It's very much aimed at the kids.
Yeah, it's a jumping off point, isn't it? It's very good on that side. And then the other one I had on the list was the Jackal, the Dare the Jackal series with Eddie Redmayne.
I've not watched that. Is it good?
Yes, very good.
Add that to my list then.
It's got Lashana Lynch. I apologise if I've obviously got that very wrong. Who's her back catalogue list. She's in loads of different films. She's been in Captain Marvel. She's been in loads of television
Yep.
series. You name it, she's been in it. And she was that was it. She was also in Bond film No Time to Die as well. That was where I kind of think I first saw her. And Eddie Redmayne plays the Jackal. So it's very good. It's spread over 10 episodes. I think there's possibly a series 2 potentially, from what I understand. It is very good on that front. But yeah, so one film I just realised I didn't mention was Gladiator 2, which I haven't watched yet. But
okay.
and one came to mind: Venom, the final Venom film.
Yes, that was good. It was good. No, obviously, never as good as the first one, obviously. But thoroughly enjoyed it as the last one in the series.
Yeah, good way to close out, I think. So, what you got next? Tech. I'll let you kick off on me.
What's my best gadget or tech of 2024? I'm gonna say the iPad Mini.
Oh yes, you picked
Surprise
up the iPad
here.
Mini.
I've had an iPad Pro one of the not first second generation. The first one when they brought out the 10.5 inch one, and I've had it for I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years. And I bought it and I just never really used it. It was kind of it was for something quick. I get my phone out. For something more involved, I couldn't do it on the iPad. I just go and get a laptop out. But the Mini's kind of a very nice in between that. It's very phone-like, but with just a bigger display. So I end up finding myself in the evening reading magazines on it, checking out the news, my RSS feed, stuff like that, watching quick YouTube stuff. But yeah, I find myself using it pretty much every day now rather than once in 6 months.
And it is a good device. And as we kind of mentioned, it's effectively an M1 chip in it, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
I think Apple have cornered the market there now on tablets. There's no other way to describe it. So.
Yeah.
So I think they've done a great job there. I've obviously got the M1 powered 11-inch.
You have, yes.
iPad Pro. I don't use that as much as I'd like to. I kind of wish that I was using it more. And I've got the keyboard on it, and I think that's the problem. Is that to get it, I have to unfold it. Whereas I guess with yours, you just pick it up.
Yeah, I just pick it up. I had the keyboard on the 10.5 as well, but I thought if I'm going to get out something I need a keyboard for, I might as well use a decent keyboard and get out the actual laptop.
Yeah, you got a good point there. It was
much more productive on the laptop than the iPad, especially when you're creating stuff rather than consuming it.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's a consumption. I mean, I know people do. Don't get me wrong. I know people make some fantastic content on iPads, but the general consensus is it's a consumption device, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. I think for me, on that vein, it's the M4 MacBook Pro. It is a solid upgrade over the M1 Pro that I had after 3 years.
Yeah.
It is just nothing. Anything you do on it nothing feels slow. It just powers through everything.
Instant. Yeah.
There's never any kind of hold-ups, whether you're running multiple, browsers with 55 tabs open on one and God knows how many other, you're firing up a virtual machine in the background, you're copying software data from one place to another. It just never lags. And so the one I've got is the M4 Pro with 14 core and 24 gig of RAM,
24 gig of RAM, yeah.
24 gig RAM and a terabyte of storage. And it just, it is a stunning machine. And it looks great in the space black. I know it's not black gloss. It is a fingerprint magnet. Don't tell me anything different.
Do you got special white gloves you use for typing?
Yeah, I'm starting to think I should do now. But it is just a brilliant machine. I can't say anything else about it. It really is.
Okay. Have you got anything you're looking forward to, though?
Well, I guess there's a couple of things. I've got a sat on my desk, which is a starting point for. So I've got here a unified 2.5 gig switch.
You do, yes.
Gigabit Ethernet as opposed to fiber, and I kind of want to move my wireless and my router onto a 2.5 gig, so I could get more of that backhaul going. So for me, kind of looking for tech, I think I want to get upgraded in that area.
Yep.
Or something like that. I've got 10 gig on my Mac here. I don't use it. I really should use it. There is that. Other tech coming. It's a bit of a weird one for me. I don't know actually. What I'm looking forward to tech wise next year, because it's always a bit of a kind of, oh, that looks great, I'm interested to buy that kind of thing,
Yeah.
I don't
Has your display arrived yet? Your dashboard thingy.
the terminal. No, I haven't. So I was going to
was
leave.
it.
Yeah, so the terminal is something I backed on Indiegogo several months back. It's been shipped from the US. It's in progress. That is an e-ink display for like you said, dashboard. That is something I'm looking forward to playing with and get up and working.
Yep.
I plan on talking about that a bit more, obviously, when
It's arrived.
when it arrives and I can talk through it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything at the minute that I would say to you, I need that now, or that I'm desperate to have that. There's a couple of things I think you're going to talk about, which I won't step into, which I'm interested in. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything you say, Pat, put your finger on, outside of a new NVIDIA graphics card, that you're like, got to have that?
Well, I caved last night. Home Assistant. I'm a big advocate of Home Assistant. The open home automation platform. Use it all throughout the house, but interacting with it not on your phone is a bit more tricky. We've got the Amazon speaking devices. I won't say the name. But they're a bit slow, and obviously there's privacy concerns, and it has to go out to the internet and come back down. So if you lost your internet, you can't control it with voice, etc. So Home Assistant did have a live video cast on YouTube last night where they were announcing their new voice assistant hardware. They've been working on it's been a year of the voice this year for them, and now they're finally introducing some hardware themselves. And I think within 4 minutes of the stream starting, I'd bought one. But it was also because it was the price. It doesn't have a display. It looks very much. It's square. It's white. It's shiny. It's got a dial on it. It's got lights, etc. It's obviously got the microphones to hear you and a speaker built in. But it was £60, which is cheaper than a lot of the Amazon devices anyway. But it can be do it all. Obviously, it properly integrates with your Home Assistant. I don't have to create. I've got working with Home Assistant now. I've got a web server running Lambda to be able to integrate with it. It was all a bit of a faff if you want to do it yourself. But they're giving the option of either hosting the bits required within Home Assistant or using their Nabu Casa Cloud, which does have a charge, but it's fully natively on your own LAN first. So I'm interested to play with that and see how it goes. You can also integrate it apparently with things like ChatGPT.
Yeah,
if you want to go that extra step.
Yeah, I read about that. Anthropic.
Yes, I'm not sure I'm ready for that. Look, if it can control my home, it can tell me the weather, it can set a timer. I don't need much more than that, if I'm honest.
Guess. So I am. After you sent me that, I had a little read of it.
Yeah.
I saw the thing about ChatGPT and Anthropic.
Yeah.
And I caved as well.
Did you? Oh, you bought one too, did you? I see. Okay, but it was the price I was expecting. It's going to be 100 plus. When they went 59 and it's available now, I was like, "Damn it, where's the credit card gone?"
That's why I'm laughing. I didn't tell you because I thought,
we've got to keep that
one quiet. Yeah, say that.
It
was for me was that exactly everything you said. But for me as well, the fact of the AI elements was just like, okay, this could be quite interesting now. I think I'm not getting much luck out of the other She Who Should Not Be Mentioned.
No. The displays on them are pretty useless anyway. They show you ads all the time now. They never used to. You turn it all off. Now it's kind of forced on you. When I actually need a display to something, I'll just get my phone out. I've got it on me all the time. I just wanted to do that instant thing like, can you turn something on, set a timer, blah, 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 tell me the weather, whatever, when I don't need an actual display. So I think if it works out, I'll probably slowly replace the 8 or 9 other Amazon devices I've got sitting in the house and free myself from that.
Yeah, I think for me, my plan was slightly different. Was in the office at the minute, sat in front of the studio here. I've got a HomePod Mini, which is a great little device. Do you know what? I put it in the office. I thought just so I play music. I never play music. I've got my headphones on all the time. So that HomePod Mini, I might relegate to somewhere else, like one of the maybe the bedroom. Because it quite be handy. My other half, she likes to put when she's upstairs and doing stuff in the bedroom. She likes to put music on, normally the TV. But if she could, not AirDrop. What's the word I'm looking for? What's this? Apple's AirPlay. Thank you.
Yeah.
She could AirPlay to that, so that'd be great. So the fact then I could have this particular voice assistant here in the office on my desk, and I do all the things like you say, you've talked about, ask it stuff, also get it to turn things on. I think that would, for me, I'd start to get more productivity from it personally on that respect. So, I think it's I'm looking forward to it.
Mine's shipped already, apparently. So maybe tomorrow it'll turn up.
Where did you buy yours from?
Pie Hut, was it?
Oh yeah, but it said pre-order.
Oh, mine didn't at that point. I must have got I literally they announced it, and then I was looking in the comments on YouTube, and they put the link to buy it before they'd actually told you how much it was. And I clicked the link and went, $59, buy.
So they've run out of stock.
Probably, yeah. So
probably no, they have.
Yeah. So I was in there really quickly before they even announced it on the stream that you could buy it now.
There is another company in the UK. So if we've advertised one, might as well advertise another.
Yeah.
Shop Everything Smart.io. They have they've got them as well.
Yeah, although I was reading the comments. Some people saying, the guys in Germany are now robbing us, and it's like £80 now. Supply and demand, I imagine.
Well, it's like a lot of stuff, isn't it, my friend? It's the way it goes. But no, I think absolutely great find. Well done for that one. Well done.
Yeah. Only other one I had. Obviously, we discussed the NVIDIA 5000 series, the 5090 with 32 gig of RAM. I'm eyeing up. It's a pipe dream, but I'm eyeing it up. But the only other one I had stand out is something I actually ordered on Kickstarter, like you did with Indiegogo, which is the Unfolded Circle Remote 3. So basically, I've been after a decent remote control, because we've got Samsung TVs, we've got Kodi for the media centers, we've got Sonos for the music, and while it all ties lovely into Home Assistant, I can control everything from there. Home Assistant, what isn't on a handheld device other than my phone. I want something when I'm controlling media. I want something with a tactile feedback, actual physical buttons. So I back this 5, 6, 7 months ago. It's allegedly shipping in January, but it's more of a like one of those universal remote controls, like is it Logitech Harmony and something like that, but it's got a 3.2-inch OLED display on it. It's got physical buttons. It seamlessly integrates with Home Assistant as well. So I don't have to reset stuff up. I can just link it to Home Assistant, and I can design the screen and what the buttons do to my own heart's content. But it will also, like most universal controls, it will directly integrate with the Kodi, the TVs, the speakers, whatever, natively. It's got Wi-Fi, it's got Bluetooth built into it, all those kind of stuff. So infrared as well. So interesting to see what that's actually like when it turns up.
That's very cool. I mean,
if it turns up, it's Kickstarter,
yeah. I mean, let's be honest. There was a time when universal remotes were everything, weren't they? Everybody had a universal remote. It was the coolest thing ever,
Harmony and Logitech killed off the Harmony line, and everyone's been kind of trying to find a decent replacement ever since. There was one, but one of the big home AV installers bought them, and basically you had to buy into the whole tech stack, and only a certified tech could go and configure your remote control. And like, what? Well, it wasn't like that before you bought it. So we'll see if this takes off.
No, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Just out of interest, I did look up while you were talking my terminal device. The label was created on the 15th of December. It then on the 17th was arrived at LaGrange, Georgia. At 17th of December, it arrived in Atlanta, Georgia, and December the 19th was last updated in transit to next facility.
Still a little while to go then.
That'll be next year then.
Maybe in January.
There's the other thing, I guess, talking of tech, though, this year I've enjoyed is the Kindle Scribe.
Oh, yes, you have. Yes, I forgot you bought that.
Really great. Really loving it.
Because you were umming and ahhing between that and what's the other bigger one?
Remarkable.
Remarkable, that's it.
500 notes. It didn't even cost me half of that. It cost me even a third. I think it was about a third of it. And do you know what? It is a great device. Yeah, the Remarkable does a hell of a lot more, but actually something I want to just take some notes on without the distraction of an iPad in a meeting, and also without the kind of I'm working on an iPad in a meeting. It does that. I'm also for reading books on. It's much bigger than my last Kindle.
Yeah.
So again, it's much easier and also because it's the updated Kindle software. Working with Calibre and dropping books on now is seamless. My old one had just started having some issues with syncing books and stuff like that. This no longer a problem whatsoever. So very chuffed with it. Great device. Nice. Yeah, it's an Amazon device, but you know what? It's good. That leads on to the one thing. Actually, talking of tech for next year. Actually, one thing we've talked about a bit is the Apple home device that if it arrives, the Apple
Yes. Is it a speaker with a screen? Is it wall mounted? We just don't know at the moment, do we?
Yeah, the kind of thing from the looking at what is it called? The Echo Show, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's good. So I mean, I think that could be something I'm interested in, given stuff around the house. But I'd want to see it in action first before I commit.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's Apple, so they're not going to put advertisements on your front screen like Amazon are with the those devices.
That's a very valid point. In terms of that device part, we're not going to have all of that extra crud, and it's going to be a very good device.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So what else did you have then?
I didn't. That was it. I was just saying there was the NVIDIA 5000 series, the 5090. I was kind of interested. We'll see the price. I mean, I've got a 3090 at the moment, and according to eBay, I can still sell those for pretty much what I bought it for secondhand. For over 600. I'm like, I only paid 690 for it secondhand, like 2 or whatever years ago it was. So apparently they're still selling for 600 plus. So
wow.
The 5090 is going to be expensive. I'm not expecting it to be anything less than £2,000, but I might treat myself and let me last for another 4 or 5 years. And I might come to my senses and think, what am I doing? I don't know. Yeah. We'll see when it's allegedly announced, is it, in January at CES, and we'll see what the prices look like then and the features.
Yeah, I'd be keen to upgrade the graphics card as well, given DCS, given
it's that VRAM you need, isn't it?
Yeah, the VRAM is more of what you need, But I'm happy, obviously, happy with what I've got in there. The 3070 does a great job. It's a good upgrade from the 2070. So yeah, we'll see. For me, I think the first tech thing I'll be buying is a new hands-on throttle and stick setup. That'd be definitely for me in 25.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think for that point, I guess that kind of leads us nicely on to kind of one of the first shows that we'll do next year, which will be the CS piece. So the first show will probably cover a lot of what's going to be in CS, and some of it. I will actually say in that CS 25 is what does that run this next year?
It's usually around the 7th or 8th of
January,
so
actually, the first show next year won't necessarily be CES Rumours. It'll be CES. What was that CES? Sorry.
Yeah.
So we'll aim to give you all of the highs and lows of that as well, which will hopefully include the NVIDIA launch. So stick with us for that. But yeah, I think it's been a good year. I don't think it's been a standout year for tech.
No.
There's been some highs and lows. We've seen the kind of the leap forward in AI, I think, is probably the big thing, isn't it, for everybody? I thoroughly have enjoyed getting to grips with Claude and ChatGPT. They really have become part of my workflow as productivity tools. Really, really have fantastic big hit. And I know I'm only scratching the surface of what's possible, so I'm looking forward to doing more of them. But yeah, I think 25. Here's to 25 and what we go. For you and I, it will not be a year of upgrades on the tech side of the phones. We won't be getting a phone next year.
No.
You may jump the gun and get the watch, I suspect, because you didn't upgrade last year.
Well, they are saying rumors of the blood. What is it? Not glucose. The blood pressure.
They have blood pressure. Well, yes, blood pressure, but they're saying it won't do dystolic and systolic. It'll do more look for hypertension, won't it?
Yeah. We'll see if it's something compelling or not. I probably won't. I'll probably stick with what I've got for a couple more years unless something really, really compelling comes out.
Yeah, but as it all, we will be here to bring you all the latest that time of year. But we have to get there first.
Yes.
So then, let's wrap up 24 then with the last rumors of 2024. Then, so what have we got in the rumor mill? Hang on, let me fire it up. Hang on.
We've got a bit more tidbits on the iPhone 17 Air. So the rumors was it was going to be more expensive than the Pro Max. For a lot less hardware. But according to the Wall Street Journal now, they're saying it'll be cheaper than even standard Pro, potentially as low as $899, $900. So roughly the same price as what the Plus it's replacing is going to be. That would be a shock, because I imagine if it's a nice thinner device and a bit sexier, Apple are going to charge a premium, but maybe not.
Well, yeah, I would have thought that they'd wanted to charge premium for a new device, but I guess, is this going to fill the gap of the SE device then?
No, I think we're still getting the SE, aren't we?
Maybe we are.
This is too big for an SE. I mean, I know the SE has got bigger, over the years, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a bit of a mystery, this one.
Yeah, well, it's definitely coming. If it isn't, this is a Tim Cook special.
Biggest hoax ever, yeah.
Well, it's a bit like talking about the Vision Pro the year before it came out. Remember, we were all John Prosser and everything. But I think this is probably likely to arrive. Cost-wise, definitely going to aiming for a more middle of the road, aren't they? I think that's obvious.
Yeah. And the other one is more rumors about the foldable iPhone. Wall Street Journal again are saying scheduled for 2026 now. It will unfold to the display size that will be larger than the 16 Pro Max, so it's going to be at least 7 inches. I'd probably expect it to be a bit more iPad mini size, maybe 8 inches. But when I was reading that, it kind of got me thinking that the Air is maybe a precursor to this. They're designing a phone that has the majority of the stuff in it that's ultra, ultra thin. And what's the foldable? It's 2 really thin phones. Stuck together. So
sure.
Is this a testing of how thin can they go while still being durable before they bring out a folding version of this?
I am unsure about this still. For me, I've got a real problem with folding phones.
You do.
But my argument to Apple is convince me otherwise.
Yeah. Well, I'm sitting there thinking I'm loving my iPad Mini now. So if I can have a phone that unfolds to the size of an iPad Mini, sorted.
That would be quite cool. That would be very cool.
Yeah, if it's thin enough that it's going to be thicker than what my current Pro Max is. But that probably maybe not by much if it is the size of 2 17 Airs stacked together.
Well, this is the thing, is it? Which leads us probably nicely into the other rumor that's looking further out,
the big boy
2028,
yeah.
Which is that, according to our favorite, Apple correspondent, Mark Gurman, is that Apple are working on a folding iPad that would effectively unfold to a 20-inch screen and potentially run macOS applications.
Yeah, so they're saying that the basically the size of 2 iPad Pros side by side. I'm presuming they mean the 11-inch one and not the 13-inch one, because that's wow. But yeah, so it'd be 20 inches or 21 inches or so with an alleged single uninterrupted piece of glass.
Wow.
Not surprising, this is going to be a higher end device with a price tag to go with it, I imagine. But Apple are really incessant on trying to get it to avoid showing creases. So if you've ever seen a foldable phone like Samsung's, in certain lights, the crease where it folds over it is quite visible, isn't it? Other times not. And I think you can get lost in it, but it can still be noticeable. But Apple are very much trying to get rid of that. And they say they've allegedly nearly eliminated it entirely currently. So yeah, but in another year or so, it might be completely invisible. But yeah, that whole thing about being able to run Mac apps, it's still going to be iPad OS, apparently. But they're saying that iPad OS will be as advanced at that point that you could just natively, it's all ARM, isn't it? Natively run Mac apps on it.
They're all they all have the same underlying code base, effectively.
Yeah. Well, they certainly do between iOS and iPad OS and tvOS, but does that with a Mac?
Well, I think that.
Also, Mac OS, I should say.
I think it does, because don't forget, on M1 Mac, on the Silicon, Apple Silicon, you can run iOS apps.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see it run the other way, because that would make it a lot more of a productivity machine.
Yeah, and I don't think we're looking at. I mean, Apple are never going to go to the full hybrid of. The full blend together. It's going to be more of a hybrid device as opposed to, a true. Well, I'll rephrase that. I don't think they're going to say this is it. macOS, iPadOS, and now some chimera device. I think what we're looking at is more of a hybrid of running the opportunity of running certain applications on it, but not the full suite of macOS. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, very interested. But yeah, 2 iPads side by side, that's huge.
That'll be humongous.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well then, but the biggest rumor of all, we're going to leave you on
that rumor thing again. I think you need to play the jingle.
Oh, hang on. Double jingle, is it?
Double jingle for this one. The biggest rumor of all is Apple is working on a redesigned Magic Mouse. And they're going to fix the USB port and not put it on the stupid bottom.
They'll put it on the top.
yeah, they didn't say they were going to put it somewhere stupid, just not on the bottom. Apparently, this will be the first redesign in 15 years.
It must be. It's got to be.
But it's 18 months away, so it'll be 17 years by that point. But Apple's design team has created prototypes of the mouse, in recent months with an eye towards creating something that is better fits modern era, they're saying. So they will address the charging port location and other long-standing complaints. But obviously we have no visuals of what this actually looks like and where they're putting this port.
But I mean, let's be honest, it's long overdue for an upgrade, and all I can say is roll on. I mean, I've got one here. I've got it in my hand as we talk, but it definitely could do with a more ergonomic and better mouse.
Certainly more. There's no ergonomics in it, is there?
No.
I'm surprised you haven't got yourself one of those Logitech MX ones and use that instead.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the gestures.
Oh.
So on my mouse,
But it actually has other buttons than just two.
Yeah, but I do a lot of the flicks, like the up 2-finger flicks and left and rights, and the 3-finger flicks. You have all the gestures that you'd have on a trackpad. And no, I know. Why don't you have a trackpad as well? Well, I did for a long time, but it was just ridiculous. You don't need a trackpad. Anyway. Well, that is all from us for 2024. I want to thank you, everybody, for listening. Everybody who's joined us, new listeners potentially across the year. We'll be back, as I say, in 2025. Please tell your friends about us, wherever you get your podcast from, wherever you listen to, even on YouTube. We're there. We're now on Blue Sky as well, which I've got the handle here. Hang on. We are at Blue Sky at Weekly Tech Rant. So if you get if you weeklytechrant.bsky.social, you can find us there. And you know what? Why not? Less of the rubbish, more of the good stuff. So we'll be back next year for all of the latest tech stories, all of the meaningful updates, all of the latest in terms of the government suing whatever tech company it's going to be next year. Who knows? By the time we come back, TikTok may be banned. Who knows?
No, President Musk won't let that happen.
No, but on that point, thank you again to everybody, and we'll see you in 2025.